Hi you guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Chamira Elaine. For those of you who are new, for those of you who are not new, thank you all so much for coming back and supporting everything I do here with my channel. By the title of this video, I am going to be doing a get ready with me and just talk to y'all, giving y'all a little life update about school and just my mental health. Okay, we just gonna get straight to it. So before we get into this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Shout out to all my new subscribers. You give this video a thumbs up and you share and give this video a comment. So without further ado, let's get into this video. We are gonna have a little chat. Okay, I've been trying out this Lush lip balm called Honey Trap. I love it so much. I'm honestly doing my makeup because I need to film another video and also take some pictures for some Look Better Naked fall items. So make sure that you check out Look Better Naked. I'm also going to be trying out, where's my stuff? I'm also going to be trying out Rihanna's new stuff. I actually already tried the brow pencil. I'm going to be trying the Pro Filter Longwear foundation, the mattifying primer, and the setting powder. So gonna be trying out all that stuff and talk to y'all. So update. Well, first of all, I'm not gonna give like a long background, but for those of you who don't know, I am currently in grad school. This is my third year. Woohoo! Okay, this is my third year, so I'm literally almost finished. Once I'm done with like my internship and stuff like that, it'll be time to branch out my little wings and fly like a little bird. So that's currently where I am. I think it's so cool how the brush for Rihanna's brow pencil is like this. That's currently where I am. And I mean, some of y'all know that my grad school journey has been one hell of a ride. Okay, like it's been so much. Oh my god, I'm gonna see if I can multitask. I believe I can. But yeah, it's just been so much. It's just been so much. For me, it just feels like a lot of disappointment or just hard work with no reward. Actually, that's a good way to put it. Hard work without reward. I feel like I have been struggling tremendously in all aspects of my life, financially, spiritually, emotionally, physically. I mean, at one point I just wasn't sure how to cope, cope with those types of feelings, especially because I mean, I've experienced all of them independently. I've never experienced them all together like that at one time. So that for me was the hard part, especially with having to still go to practicum, still having to make money and stuff like that. So that's probably where the bulk of like my frustration and stuff came from. And I don't know, like I feel like at one point I was just at this, I was literally at the point where I'm like, nobody can understand what I'm going through. Nobody is experiencing the same things that I'm feeling. And I just felt helpless and hopeless a little bit. And the only person that I really talked to about it, especially like my real feelings, was Darius. And I feel like I was Rihanna. The damn pencil thing just, oh, okay. I feel like he was able to understand a little bit more. I don't know why, but yeah, and I felt a little bit more comfortable talking to him about it compared to like other people. But the thing about that was that because I hadn't like reached out for help and stuff like that, it ended up being me trying to figure it out all by myself, which is impossible because I don't have all of the answers. And when you're going through a period of time like that where you're experiencing so many different struggles at once, it's very, 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 very hard to brainstorm how to get out of the funk that you're in, you know. So I think that that's where my biggest downfall was just not reaching out to people and letting them know like exactly what I was going through, so that they could potentially support me or connect me with other people that can support me and so forth. So what it took was for me to literally go through probably the most humbling part of my life, which was not being able to have my car. So I'm not going to talk about a lot of stuff because I feel like it's just not a lot of people's business, and I hate having to feel like, I don't want people to feel like sorry for me, you know, or like, oh, why didn't you reach out for help, and like, you know, stuff like that. So I try to keep what I say about what I've been experienced to a minimum. But I didn't have my car for a while, and I wasn't able to drive for a while as well, and that was really humbling, just because I had relied on my car for so long that not having one just really put me in a position where I'm like, okay, well, I'm not gonna do anything. Really quick, I'm gonna go in with this concealer. This is the concealer that I've been using since I actually started doing my makeup, which is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. It put me in this position where I'm like, shit, well, I ain't gonna do nothing. Since I ain't got my car, I'm literally not gonna do anything. And that wasn't the right mindset to be in, because I still had to go to work. I still, you know, had business to take care of, and, you know, but I put that all aside because of the fact that I was just really sad and disappointed because of the fact that, I'm looking for a brush, because of what I was going through. And it was embarrassing to me because, I mean, it ain't really no because, I just thought that it was embarrassing. So I didn't really talk to many people about it, and not many people really knew what was going on and stuff like that. So I was just like, okay, whatever, it's fine. Like, I was in a funk for about a week, and I'm just like, okay, funk over, time to, you know, get back on the road and work hard and not really dwell on that one situation, right? And then another situation happened with my check. So I know that some of y'all have seen the vlogs of me just like being super disappointed and upset about is this even? Yes, it is. About not having my check and stuff like that. And that, I think, was the breaking point for me. Like, that was it. Like, that was the breaking point, because, and I'm gonna explain it to y'all. So for me, that was the breaking point because of the fact that I was going through all of this stuff over the course of last year during practicum. I was like, okay, summer is coming. I'm going to have the opportunity to work a job that pays me really, really well. And I'm going to be getting paid on a consistent basis, which means that I'm going to have more money to work with. I'm not going to be in this financial hole that I was in for the whole year. Like, I'm going to be able to, you know, redeem myself and work as much as I can to, you know, get rid of some of the debt that I was in. And then the situations with my checks happened where I was working, but my checks weren't coming in on time. And particularly, it was this one check, I think, that was worth almost $2,000 that hadn't come for like a month and a half, y'all. A month and a half. Like, just imagine working and you know that your check is that amount and you don't have it. And I felt like people kept telling me that, oh, like, the check is coming, oh, the check is in the mail, like giving me the runaround instead of being straight up about where my check actually was. And it was just causing me to be so depressed, so depressed and down and disappointed and angry. Like, I was just going through so many different emotions at once. Like, I really didn't know how to handle it, and I just handled it in the worst way that I possibly could, which was neglecting myself and really just, I don't know, I feel like I was just existing in the world. I had all of these bills that I had to pay for. My phone ended up getting cut off. I wasn't able to pay a lot of different stuff on time, whether it was a credit card bill, my ComEd bill, just a lot of different stuff. I just wasn't able to pay on time because of the fact that I just didn't have the money to do it. And that was frustrating as well, because that was the hole that I was trying to dig myself out of, not being able to pay stuff on time. And look, I am now back in that same position when I don't have to be, because these were circumstances way out of my control. I don't know what they're doing with my check. I don't know what's going on. So that was the frustrating part as well, because I'm like, yo, what is going on? Like, I literally sat here and worked this job every single day, came in, worked my 7 to 8 hours, you know, did what I was supposed to do on my end, and then y'all not doing what y'all supposed to do on y'all end. So that was the frustrating part as well. So on top of not having my car and not being able to drive my car, my phone was off. I had to use a trap phone. Go watch that vlog. And I was just, I don't even know. I don't even know. I took another week. Okay? I took another, how does it open? Oh, I took another week to just cry, to, I don't even know. Like, I was just so out of it. Okay, so this is the hydrating, I mean, what's this called? Yeah, the hydrating pro filter foundation. So let's see. But yeah, I just took some time, another week, because I already took a week for the car, to just, I don't know. And I was like, okay. Once I started seeing that my check wasn't in the mail, like, it just became really excessive with like checking the mail every single day. And I'm like, I know my check isn't here, but I'm gonna check it anyway. It was a time, y'all. So I hope this is my color. I finally ended up getting my check like a month later, and guess what? It wasn't even my full check. It wasn't even a full check, y'all. It was like, it wasn't even half the check. It was like $600. Just was a whole little thing. So I didn't get my check, my full check at least. And mind you, like, during this whole time, I was still going to work. I was still, you know, fulfilling my duties and stuff like that. So there was also frustrating, but fast forward, I ended up getting the rest of my check a week later, I believe, after I got the first half. And even though that didn't alleviate everything, it definitely helped with, like, I was able to get my phone back on. I was able to pay like past due bill amounts and stuff like that. But yeah, that's just the place that I was in this summer. And I don't know, like, I just felt like I learned so much with just that one little situation, and just not allowing myself to be in that space again. Because now that I'm looking back on it, I could have handled that situation just a lot differently, because of the fact that, first of all, I am a mental health professional. I am in the field of school psychology, for those of you who don't know. So I am knowledgeable about ways to cope, and I don't feel like I was using those ways effectively, which doesn't make sense, because that's what I advise students, you know, or other people to do when they are struggling and going through tough times and stuff like that. But again, it's just one of those things, like, you know how you give advice but you don't take your own advice. This is kind of the same situation. It's just hard. It's just really hard when you're the one on the other side of the table, you know. So I think that I'm just learning more about myself and, you know, growing with myself and accepting myself throughout that process. So now I'm starting internship, and I did end up getting my refund, which helped things tremendously because there were so many people that I owed money to, and there were a lot of different bills that were passed through that I had to pay. Of course, I had to get groceries. I just had to take care of a lot of stuff. So it was nice just being able to pay for everything. It's crazy because I got so much back in my refund, and it didn't like put a dent in any of like my bills, but it does still feel good to be able to at least fully pay for something. This is like really skin like. Like, that's kind of crazy. I'm not gonna build on it or anything like that. I'm just gonna leave this how it is. But yeah, y'all, so that kind of was the deal with that. For internship, I'm in 2 elementary schools over east. Not really gonna tell y'all which ones, but and I haven't started being in the schools yet just because we're waiting for additional clearance. I'm in Chicago public schools, and yeah, it's just been a trying year. It has been a trying year. I did end up spending so much money on myself though when I went shopping. I was just like, girl, you deserve it. I haven't bought myself nothing in a whole year. Literally. Like, facts, a whole year. So I'm like, Chamira, do something nice for yourself for once. Since you haven't in this whole year. I mean, it wasn't because I didn't want to. It's just because I didn't have the means to. So, but now I'm doing a lot better. I am really trying to practice ways to be consistent with things, because I feel like that's what caused a lot of trying to be consistent with stuff, because I feel like that's what caused a lot, not even gonna say cause, but contributed to a lot of the issues that I was facing and feeling the feelings that I was feeling, because I just wasn't consistent with things, whether it was checking up on payments or calling or answering calls or doing stuff when I said I was supposed to be doing them and so forth. So I'm trying to be really consistent and, you know, have my word be something that I can trust myself and rely on. And it's just been really hard, but I've been trying to do that. I've been trying to budget. budget. It is so hard. Budgeting is so hard. It is so hard. Like, I commend everybody who has a budget and sticks to their budget, because man, it is hard. But I do think that it has been working well, and I literally just started budgeting. So currently what I do, but okay, so before I go on, the setting powder, I got it in hazelnut. So I tried this in Sephora. What I've currently been doing for budgeting is I have like 5 different accounts. I have one account for Look Better Than Good stuff, just so the money won't get confused. I have one account for my bills. I have 2 Chase accounts that's like jointly connected. I'm not sure if that's like the proper term for it, but one is like solely for spending purposes, like that's my main account, and then the other one is like where I put the money or like hold the money for like my rent and stuff. So it isn't bills, because I don't want my bills coming out of that money. But because I'm not able to pay my rent up front, I just keep all the money for my rent there, especially because I'm working with This is not my color. It just messed up my makeup. Let's see. Not really. Also have given myself like a weekly spending amount, which is $50, I think. I give myself $50 a week. And where's my brush? Has been helping out a lot as well, at least from this week. What I can see, it's been working. I haven't spent over that $50. And yeah, so that's probably like what's going on with school. I don't think I'm planning on practicing school psychology in Illinois. I'm wanting to move and go to California. Those of you who know me know that already, that I want to live in California. So we're gonna see how well that works out. But yeah, that's pretty much like the school with school. I should be okay financially now because my internship is paid, thank God for that, and I should be good. I feel like as long as I stay on my budget, as long as I stay consistent with what I got going on, you know, staying on top of my bills and stuff like that, I should be okay. And really just learning from my mistakes from last year. So I do not want to experience the same thing that I experienced this year. Like, I really don't. So, but yeah, so that's the scoop with school. Look better naked. I had to like pause a little bit because, of course, I didn't have any money. I didn't have any money, so I wasn't able to like buy any products and stuff like that. So that had to stay on hold for a little bit, but now we have 3 new fall items as well as 3 new workout items that will be dropping soon that I'm super excited about. So, oh baby, this makeup is fire. Wow. Okay, so yeah, I'm super excited about that. And yeah, y'all, this process just has been a true test of my faith, for real. Like, true test of my faith. I went through a lot of stuff this year, and God still showed me favor. He still showed me that he got my back. I need to stop tripping and trust him, for real. And that was really hard for me to do too, because when so much bad stuff going wrong, you like, is it ever gonna be some good stuff happening? You feel me? Like, yeah, I don't know. So what's the next step? Oh, I'm gonna do some setting spray, and I'm gonna do some mascara and highlight, and that's it. I use the same setting spray, which is just this like Urban Decay. But yeah, y'all, my advice would just to be stay encouraged. It sounds usually what I do is when I do my setting spray, I go back in with my beauty blender and like press it in. My advice would be to just stay encouraged. It sounds so hard. Like, people was telling me that, and it is hard. I'd be like, what are you talking about staying encouraged? Like, did you not just hear me? Like, did you? Man. But I think that situations like these really prove whether or not you are fit to be in this world and go through struggles and come out on top. And that sounds so like cliche, but I think that is really, really true. I think that especially for the field that I'm going in, it just makes me more relatable. It makes me understand people's situations a lot more and be able to empathize with them a lot more, because I have faced my own struggles and have gotten through them, and I continue to face struggles and I continue to cope and get through them, get down. So I think that even though this was the hardest year of my life, it was very eye-opening for me as an emergent adult and going into a field where people are looking for me for the answers to help them get through whatever they're going through. So that probably was the biggest lesson that I learned, is just, you're gonna go through shit and it's gonna be hard, but you gotta persevere, because if you don't, people who don't persevere in this world are the people who don't make it. Those are the people who, where hard work comes, they say fuck it, they throw their hands up and they go live life the way that they want to live life, the easy way. But people don't understand, when you live life the easy way and when you give up so easily, you don't really end up accomplishing the goals that you want to accomplish. You don't. Like, you continue to do the same shit that you've been doing, and I don't want to be that. Like, I worked too damn hard, I got too damn far to just give up and be complacent with life. Like, I just want so much more out of my life, and it took me getting through this period to see that. Let me put some highlight on. That's my highlight. Well, actually, let me put some blush on too. Life is a bitch, but it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Like, when you actually like sit down and appreciate everything that you've been through and really just reflect on your life and where it's taking you and where you've been. I don't know, it's kind of just like bittersweet in a sense. Like, damn, I really did that. Like, damn, I really went through all of that and made it, and like, I'm here now. And I always be like looking back on all of my hard times, like, this is gonna be a good story to tell my kids. Like, this is gonna be a good story to tell my kids. Good that you put in this world, you're gonna get it back. And I think that I have put out so much good energy in this world, and I think that's where some of my frustration came from too. Like, man, I put out so much good energy. I encourage people, I give when I can. Like, I try not to be negative. I try to be as positive and just spread positive energy, and, you know, just really encourage people and stuff like that. And like, this is what the universe is sending me. But I had to, and I mean, it took a lot of people telling me and, you know, stuff like that, but this is my test. Like, this was my test to see that even with all of the good that you're putting out in this world, can you still do that even when shit is not going the way that you intended them to go? Can you still put out good energy even though this bad thing happened to you? Can you still be a blessing to somebody else even if you don't have your car, even if your phone is off, even though all this bad stuff is happening? Can you still do good in this world? And that was my test, you know. And I think that is part of the reason why everything worked out the way that it needed to work out, because I passed that test. You know, I didn't say, oh man, all this bad stuff happening, fuck everybody, you know, fuck everybody. I'm not giving nobody else no advice. I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. I could have been super bitter. I could have been super bitter about what was happening to me, and I chose not to. And I think that God saw that and granted me favor. I think that he was always going to grant me favor, but again, it's a test, you know, a test of your true faith, a test of your true what do you call it? I can't think of the word. But yeah, so that is my life update. It's just one big old encouragement lesson. and resilience lesson, and just letting other people know that if you think that you're alone in what you're going through, you're not. Because I felt like I was alone, and it's really easy to think that you're alone, but you're not. And you have to remember that you're not. And my mentor, Mr. Daniel, shout out to you, told me to share my testimony so that people can know that you're not alone in what you're going through, and that everything is going to work out. Everything is going to work out. And you just have to believe that. You have to stand in your belief. Moral of the story is remain steadfast in your faith, remain encouraged, learn some coping mechanisms. If you don't know some coping mechanisms, try to reach out to go to counseling, and just know that you're not alone. Share your stories, talk to people, because you'll find out more oftentimes than not that somebody else is going through the exact same thing that you're going through. So I am finished with this look, makeup on point. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching this video, and I will definitely see you guys in my next one. Bye.